Club World Cup Fantasy is right around the corner, and this is everything you need to know before selecting your final team. Before we get into the video, as always, be sure to like and subscribe. The support does not go unnoticed. And if you are looking for more Club World Cup Fantasy content, be sure to have a look at my Twitter. That will be linked in the description. If there are any tweaks to my team come the deadline, they will be posted on there. And as always, of course, if you do want to be in my mini league, the code is on the screen right now. Before we get into my final team, I do think it's a good idea to have a look at the big teams and see how they will score and the likelihood of them getting clean sheets in game week 1. These are all sourced from 11fi and they are pretty accurate in their statistics, especially in FPL, so hopefully this will help us out in Club World Cup Fantasy. Of course, Bayern Munich, they face Auckland in game week 1, and Auckland being the worst side in the tournament, and Bayern Munich are expected to score 5 goals in game week 1. That's why everyone is going big on Bayern, Kane, Elise, Musiala, players like that, and even defenders I think are a good idea in the Bayern Munich side, because with 5 goals there is a potential of 10 goal involvements and you'd expect a defender to get at least 1. I haven't seen many Man City attackers in people's side except from Haaland, of course. Haaland is my 12th man, and 3.49 expected goals in game week 1. Chelsea comes in at number 3 with just over 3 expected goals. Real Madrid, of course, they're going to be in this bracket, 2.89 expected goals. Juventus with 2.72. Kolo Muani, he isn't in my team, but I know a few people have him in their drafts. I think it is a good idea, but I can't find a way to fit him in my team personally. Flamengo is an interesting one, 2.42 expected goals. Flamengo are the only non-European side in here. They are Brazilian, I believe. I think they could be dark horses for the tournament. 2.42 in game week 1, and Diarra, however you pronounce the name, he is probably Flamengo's best player and he is definitely a player to target. Moving on to clean sheet odds here, it's a pretty similar story of Bayern Munich and Man City topping. Bayern Munich come in with an 83% likelihood of keeping a clean sheet in game week 1. And I was talking about Bayern Munich defenders getting attacking involvements. They're very likely to get defensive involvements as well. So I think it's pretty important to have at least one Bayern Munich defender in your team. Man City come in at 65%. Now I think the only defender I've really seen from Man City in people's drafts is Ederson. It could be something to look into. Juventus come in at around 60%, but believe it or not, most Juventus defenders are below 5% ownership, so they are eligible for the scouting bonus point. Chelsea come in at 55%, and again, like Man City, I haven't seen many Chelsea defenders in people's teams. In my last draft, I had Colwell, but I don't have many more. I do have another Chelsea defender in my draft now. Again, Flamengo are coming in at the same odds as Chelsea at 55%. I couldn't name a Flamengo player off the top of my head. Inter are involved again at 50% odds. Many managers have targeted Inter defenders, so it's not a bold option. But players like Dumfries, Pavard, Sommer, they are very, very good players to target. And interestingly, River Plate are at 41%. And I know a lot of people have Armani in their size purely because he is very low price. He's around 4 million, but it's looking like 41% likelihood of keeping a clean sheet. He could be very good for the points as well as the low price. Okay, now here is my final draft that I'll be posting onto YouTube, of course, as I said. If you're looking for my updated drafts, they'll be on my Twitter. But let's get into the team. In goal, we got Sanchez, and we spoke about Chelsea's clean sheet odds earlier, and of Marnie of River Plates, and so looking like they are 2 very good options. I did have Neuer in here previously, but I wanted a Bayern Munich defender who could get goal involvements, and that comes in Stanisic, who is pretty nailed and is at a low price, and he's under 5% ownership. Otamendi, who I spoke about last week with Pavlidis as well, with the 2 Benfica assets in my team. We are targeting that Auckland game in game week 2, like we are with Bayern in game week 1. Cambiasso is my 3rd defender. He's on 5% ownership at the minute, so he's not eligible for that scouting bonus points anymore. So I could be looking to go for a different Juventus defender like Lloyd Kelly. Juventus, as well as in game week 1, in game week 2, they are likely to get a clean sheet. Rierson of Dortmund, he's been in my team since my first draft. I think the decently low ownership with a low price for a good Dortmund side who are in a very good group. I just think it's a very good pick. Hakimi, my final defender, and he is like the highest owned player in the game. And that's not ideal, but he's got that ownership for a reason, because he's a very good player. Our first midfielder is Brandt. He's on some stellar form recently, and he's a lower price alternative to Adeyemi. Palmer is on all set pieces for a Chelsea side that are predicted to score around 3 goals in game week 1. And like I said before in my last video, I've talked about this a lot, but Palmer in that game against Real Betis in the Conference League final, he was unbelievable. 2 assists, lots of key passes. I really think that most people should have Palmer in their side, along with Elise, Bayern Munich asset, Elise Musiala. Those are interchangeable, but Elise is a player I've landed on. Pretty self-explanatory really why I've gone for him. Mastantuano's back in my draft. I had him in my first draft, took him out in my second draft. He's back in now. River Plate have confirmed that Mastantuano will be in their Club World Cup side, despite him permanently transferring to Real Madrid, but that will happen when he's 18, I believe. I'm pretty sure he's on all set pieces, and at 17 he really is carrying River Plate. He scores all the goals, gets all the assists, and I think at that very low price tag, he's around 4.1 million. He is probably the best enabler in the game. Flamengo are expected to score a lot of goals in game week 1, and Diaz Guetta is the man you want to target if you want to target that Flamengo goal scoring odds. I think he's got around 14 goal contributions in 10 games. Great numbers, and 6 million price tag like Mastantuano. Not as good, but it's still very good. Moving into the front line, Pavlidis. Again, like I said, Otamendi. We are really targeting Auckland Gaming Game Week 2, but Pavlidis, he scores all the goals for Benfica. His numbers this season in the Liga Norte, is it called now, or Liga Portugal, is insane. I think a lot of people have got Samu in their sides, but I've gone for Pavlidis, even though he's a little bit more expensive. Everyone's gone for Kane, and it's good reason for that. But for England, he's been impressive, despite England being very poor in the international break. There is a world where he doesn't play the full 90, because when Bayern Munich are 3 or 4-0 up at half time, they may want to take their best players off to rest them for harder games, but I think even in 45 minutes, Kane could definitely get 1 or 2 goals. And it is very worth it, and of course, he is most people's captain, and he is my captain. Like Kane, Guirassy has been tearing up the Bundesliga. Guirassy is the final man to conclude my 50-man squad, but we have got Erling Haaland as our 12th man, 3.49 expected goals in game week 1. And Erling Haaland is Erling Haaland. He will score, and I think it's the best way to use my 12th man. I don't want to go very big on Bayern. Don't want to use those 4 Bayern assets because I think the rotation risk when Bayern are 3 or 4-0 up is a bit risky. But Erling Haaland, he will likely play most of the minutes and he will score. I think in the Club World Cup there is a real gulf in quality between the good sides and the poor sides, and I think really you want to be targeting that. If you have enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. We are very close to 100 subscribers. Again, have a look at my Twitter for more Club World Cup Fantasy content, and yeah, good luck in Game Week 1.